The sky is falling.
The sky is falling. We got the Chicago Sky general manager, Jeff P., throwing Angel Reese under the bus?
With her swag dialed up to maximum volume, all the confidence in the world, and more press publicity than most rookies could have imagined, she walked into the league like she owned it. The next big thing was going to be Barbie.
The Chicago Sky lose again. The Chicago Sky lose again. Now, this is actually something that's pretty funny. I need to show it to you guys. Angel Reese's teammates, I mean, they got her in the post, but for some reason, they're just choosing not to give her the ball.
As we move forward, the atmosphere in Chicago has completely changed. Inside the Sky front office, the voices are rising, the smiles have vanished, and the finger pointing has officially started. Angel. Rhea is no longer the golden kid. Instead, she is the cautionary story being discussed behind closed doors. If you believe that Rhea ought to be dismissed, please leave a comment below, and let's fire the baby giraffe.
Angel Reese is under fire from the Chicago Sky general manager. The general manager names Angel Reese by name and says, "We need more out."
The repercussions from a bombshell that just exploded in the locker room is already making the rounds on the internet like sharks around chum. The GM has reportedly finished being kind. Double-check the missed layups, missed opportunities, and missed chance to demonstrate her belonging. Angel's hold on this team appears to be weaker than her jumper all of a sudden.
That's something that has yet to come together, but it's a necessity for us to win, Pagliuca said. She's had some great games, and she's had some games like everybody else that haven't been her best. But she's our best chance at versatility on this roster. We need more production out of her, but we need her to help us in other ways too. We need more production out of her. Jeff Pagliuca has been seeing some of the disappointment.
Additionally, this isn't your typical coaching comment. The GM reportedly charged into the locker room on a mission after another frustrating performance that left coaches gritting their teeth and fans checking the box score in disbelief. This was a siren, full volume, desk-pounding wake-up or pack-up kind of moment. The confrontation didn't take place under the bright lights. Instead, it happened away from the cameras, where the real truth usually surfaces.
Reese has seen her numbers drop from her rookie season to her second in 2025. She is averaging 10 points on 35% shooting and 12 rebounds per game compared to 2024, where she posted 13.6 points on 39% shooting and 13 rebounds per game. To make matters worse for the Sky, Courtney Vandersloot, she's out for the season with a torn ACL.
Angel Reese doesn't coddle or use a PR filter. Simply a verbal physical check, and the focus was on the fundamentals rather than hustle. That query struck like a warning shot across the bow. Many more blown layups do we stomach before we make a move. Insiders claim that this wasn't the first time her name was mentioned. Initially, it had been developing subtly, but now the whispers are becoming roars.
That's something that has yet to come together, but it's a necessity for us to win. She's had some great games, but she's had some games like everybody else that haven't been her best. But she's our best chance at versatility on this roster.
Coaches and staff had already been watching footage of Angel flailing under the rim as if she had forgotten what finishing meant, but her most recent performance sent the executives reeling. It wasn't just bad, it was expensive, and the tension in the locker room was high. Angel's botched plays that could have changed the game instead gave the opposing team the advantage. While the general manager stated what everyone was thinking, that she might have been a star in college, but this isn't the Big Ten anymore, co-workers sat in quiet. It wasn't simply a reality check. It was a cry for accountability since, for the first time, the smoke wasn't coming from Twitter trolls, but rather from her own team.
How come the first time we hear you call a player out by name, it's Angel Reese? How come you went and you hired Tyler Marsh to be the head coach of this team, and then you co-signed him, building an offense around Camila Cardoso, yet the first time we're talking about we need more from a player, it's for Angel Reese and not Camila Cardoso? Last time I checked, they both have been playing like garbage.
The Sky had gone all in on Angel Reese, plastering her on billboards and hyping her up like the second coming. making her the face of the franchise. However, now they're wondering if they invested in a highlight reel or a mirage all-flash no finish. That speech lit up the room with one crystal clear message: nobody's job is safe.
We had pretty big, significant expectations for the season, which is why I made the moves I made. His assessment was that the Sky's 2-6 need to improve everywhere going into to address the lack of cohesion on defense and poor shooting. Going into Tuesday night's loss, they let a league worst 90.1 points per game. We're shooting just 39%.
Angel entered the WNBA riding a wave of excitement, but now the wave is crashing hard. Instead of expecting dominance, Chicago didn't draft her to trend on social media. Instead, they're witnessing a masterclass in missed opportunities in her most recent matchup, particularly the disaster class against Atlanta, where her inability to finish was evident.
Angel Reese, part 40, let's get it! My favorite shot in basketball, Angel Reese, long two, bang! We saw some improvement last night. They only lost by 18 and some of the layups hit rim. Bang! WNBA socials show Angel, but not her teammates. Did you say butter? Butter pecan! Bang! They're giving you free and open looks. You better cash them in, girl. Oopsie. Bang!
She blocked layups so badly that the glass most likely filed a complaint. Each miss lost momentum and turned every promising possession into a collective face. The team's supporters didn't need statistics because they had eyes, and those eyes were watching a player who appeared more lost than deadly.
Bring it back to the dipsy-doo, whipsy-doo. Give me that scoopity boopity bop. Bang! More layups. She's right-handed, by the way. Did you know? Bang! Bang! She's a great rebounder. She grabs that board really well. All the people there are excited to watch her rebound. Look at that. Watch out for the out-of-bounds line. Bang! If I'm her coach and I see this setup right here, I'm calling timeout. Nothing good ever happens here. Bing bong. Bang! Anytime she gets tied up for a jump ball, you know she's losing that because she can't jump. Bang!
The clips began to fly. Like the Zapruder film experts, Twitter slowed down her misses frame by frame. They dissected every brick as if they were researching ancient relics, and Sky admirers didn't hold back. They overloaded comment sections with takes that could blister paint.
Angel Reese was quoted as saying, "I put my head down and work every single day. I don't give up on anything. I critique myself the most. I know it's going to translate. I'm just going to put my head down and work. I know the results will show."
Social media served as a battlefield. Her finishing abilities were compared to drills at the JV level. One thing was obvious. The internet was finished distributing benefit of the doubt cards. Some people claimed that she speaks like Shaq and ends like Shaq's in turn. Others questioned how someone that large could yet manage to disappear in the agony.
Angel Smollett, in her own words.
Yeah, obviously there's no place in this league for that. I think the WNBA, our team and our organization has done a great job supporting me. I've had communication from everyone, from so many people across this league, and being able to support me and going through this whole process. Obviously, it could happen to me, it could happen to anyone, and I think they've done a great job supporting us in this.
The WNBA is a joke, and even with Clark carrying the league on her shoulders, it's still...
However, the harm wasn't limited to digital behind the scenes. The atmosphere was changing, coaches appeared to be 5 years older than they actually were, and every timeout, broadcasters attempted to downplay it. But the subtext was so obvious that opponents began to notice and forced her into awkward positions so they could watch the meltdown unfold in real time. You could even see the opposing benches stifling laughter when she would clang another one off the rim like a stunt double rehearsing a blooper reel.
The Sky believed they were ready to compete for a playoff spot season, but a team could give anyone a fight. There's no sugarcoating how things have gone. They sputtered early, lost Sloot to a torn ACL. They're near the bottom of the league, both offensively and defensively, after loading up on veterans. Even understanding that growth takes time, the Sky shouldn't have been this bad.
It seems as though the league cracked Reese's code, pushed her inside, and watched her game unfold like a cheap sweater. The same physical prowess that made her a college sensation has now become the blueprint for exposing her at the professional level. And the worst part is that while everyone is waiting for someone to step up and take over, Angel is just there, active but ineffective. Sure, she crashes the boards, and yes, her energy is undeniable, but if it were sufficient to win titles, Red Bull would already have a dynasty.
Well, that's a front office issue as much as it's an Angel Reese issue. If your front office and your coach is completely fine with one of your star players missing practice to go to this engagement and to go to that engagement, then your general manager and head coach, they need to have a little bit more backbone. They need to say, no, this is a brand new team. We can't afford that, Angel. But instead, they co-sign it. They allow it. They encourage it. And they wonder why things look how they look.
Since the league doesn't award participation awards, trying hard is the baseline and not a badge of honor for franchise pillars. Let's face it, enthusiasm without execution is just chaotic aerobics. Every failed layup is evidence against your hype, and every possession is evaluated like a court case.
Manager Jeff Pagliocca allowing Tyler Marsh to say, yeah, Angel, go do your influencer thing, and hopefully it doesn't take away from your basketball play.
Even while her name appears on the trending page, trending isn't winning. Now, the same people who couldn't stop raving about her arrival are muttering about whether she was hurried into something she wasn't meant for. The fans of Chicago are impatient and prefer W's, and the people upstairs over TikToks. What began as cautious hope has evolved into a calculating and chilly assessment. The front office is no longer watching from the press box. Instead, they are analyzing, calculating, and preparing, and the uneasiness is spilling into the locker room like a slow leak in a sinking ship. The missed layups are no longer just misses. They're signs of a bigger problem where a player may have skipped a few developmental steps because the marketing department needed a face.
This is an easy entry pass right over Brianna Jones into Angel Reese's left hand. We can do a sidearm pass right into Angel Reese's left hand. We drop it off to Rachel Banham. Rachel Banham looking right at Angel Reese. And you know what this team would rather do? They would rather... Look at that. Angel Reese is just quitting at this point. She knows she's not getting the ball. They would rather turn the ball over on a shot clock violation than give Angel Reese the ball when she actually has post position.
The veterans have had enough of seeing possessions wasted because someone can't finish at the rim. They're sick of patching holes in a failing game plan, and most importantly, they're over the media chaos that surrounds Reese like a storm cloud. On the surface, teammates are splitting up, but when you peel back the layers, the unity is crumbling. Some are still supporting her, praising her grit, her boards, and her fight.
This is a team that they might say that they get along. They might say that they're all friends and everything's fine in the locker room. But yikes, come on. Look at that. Alicia Gray's back's turned to the play. Brianna Jones is face guarding Camila Cardoso. And Rachel Banham just refuses to give Angel Reese the ball. And the Chicago Sky get a shot clock violation. I'm not sure what's going on over there in Chicago.
The noise level is increasing behind the scenes. According to reports, players are talking privately with coaches about issues that go beyond gaming and include justice. If it were anyone else, would they still be receiving these minutes? This isn't simply small-minded jealousy. When that happens, you're managing damage control in addition to controlling a player. That's a team questioning if the rules are altered for one member who is resentful.
Last year, you made a powerful statement saying the reason people are watching women's basketball is not just because of one player, but because of you too.
I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too.
A year later, do you feel like you're
Next question.
Angel Reese can't proudly accept the role of the villain, then beg people for sympathy. You can't complain about mythical racism. You can't create stories of fake racism that get exposed, then ask people to feel sorry for you.
The general manager is not only fuming, they are also planning. Although the trade hasn't been made public, rumors are that Chicago is already searching the league for forwards who can add efficiency without the drama. Rhea isn't being pushed out the door, but let's be clear that she is being placed on watch. Some believe she needs a benching, while others say a reality check might help. Even the believers know the clock is ticking away.
Caitlin Clark is more mature. Caitlin Clark has decorum.
Caitlin Clark obviously is jet fuel to its popularity.
Caitlin Clark is far better of a basketball player and has made such a tremendous impact in a greater number, more so than Angel Reese. Everybody knows that. Her college career was better. The stadium sales, the WNBA popularity has gone up because Caitlin Clark.
And none of this is made any easier by the attention she received. Every choice the Sky makes with Angel will be scrutinized, repeated, and rewritten by every media outlet looking for a story. However, it appears that the front office is no longer interested. To put it plainly, one insider stated that the PR honeymoon is over and that the focus is now on wins. At the moment, Angel Reese is starring in the wrong kind of documentary, where marketing hype meets on-court reality. She arrived like a hurricane, bold and brash, ready to prove everyone wrong. But here's the truth. Self-assurance doesn't translate into while Angel is accruing misses and excuses. Caitlin Clark is making Indiana a must-watch movement. Layups, hashtags, and headlines don't win championships, but Caitlin's record-breaking performances and victories demonstrate what excellence looks like. No drama, no noise, just game.
I have yet to see a single example of Angel Reese being a leader. Outside of rebounding her own missed layups, what does Angel Reese do? What is her contribution? You tell me, because I'm not seeing it. I know I'm harsh on Angel Reese, but she considers herself a star. If you're going to call yourself a star, I expect you to perform like a star, especially in big moments. Caitlin Clark was injured. Angel Reese was the only star on the court last night, and for 27 minutes, she completely disappeared.
The general managers have drawn the line. The locker room has divided, and that ticking sound isn't applause. Rather, it's a countdown, because this isn't just about shot charts and stat sheets anymore. It's about leadership development and whether Angel Reese has the work ethic and humility to get out of the hole she dug herself. If she doesn't figure it out soon, Chicago won't blink. Nobody is bigger than the franchise, not the name, not the brand, not even the Chai Barbie, and perhaps the harshest truth of all. This league doesn't care who you are in college. It only cares who you are when the lights come on. Please leave a comment below, like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications if you believe that Reese should be fired. That way, you won't miss anything. We'll see you in the following video after you click the one on the screen.